Now you got to fight for it. Oh,
Hello,
wow.
everybody. Welcome to the Stadium Junkies Media bracketology bracket. I don't give a crap. We are filling out our brackets within 2 hours of it locking down because this I really hate this first four in BS, but we got to do it. So we're doing a Tuesday show.
Yeah, straight up Tuesday of just saying, "Oh, hey, we're gonna do a brackets instantly. This is gonna be fun."
This is awkward because it's 3 o'clock Central Standard Time.
You just got off work.
I just got off work. Jeffrey's about to get ready for work.
Yeah,
I was off.
We're just all over the place, but you know what? NCAA tournament takes precedent.
I mean, yes, exactly.
Now, this basketball season, not even gonna lie, none of us have really watched it.
I mean, we're just doing this for the fun. Let's see how bad our brackets are going to be.
Jeffrey, you already know my hatred of college sports in general.
I mean, but yeah, you still enjoy filling out a bracket, though, don't you?
Because it's gambling.
Exactly. How much money does Vegas make this time of year? It's insane.
About like $2-3 billion.
Yeah, something like that.
The revenue on gambling is like $9 billion, but like 7 of that is probably illegal gambling.
And it's not just that; it's also the fact that the NCAA is a non-profit, but yet they're going to make more than $1 billion during this tournament alone.
You know where all their money goes?
Non-profit. I had to do finger quotes. Non-profit.
You know where their money goes, right? It goes to investigations to children who decides to get money somewhere else. That's where all the money's going to because they don't want to share the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet I think it's illegal for them to use their likeliness in anything. Like, to be honest, I really like NCAA football on video games.
Yeah.
I think they're illegal.
Yeah.
You're meaning like they should not be allowed at all.
They're using the likeliness unless they take away the NCAA name. Because
that's true.
Using the NCAA name makes the likeliness of showing the likeness of these players.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand these colleges are making money, but let's be honest, their payment system is flawed. I think there should be an option of either tuition or money payment.
Good point. Good point.
So, honest, Tony, we've all looked at the brackets, right?
We have.
Where is the bracket of doom? Which region is the bracket of doom?
From what I'm looking at, it's probably the South.
The South region.
The South region, not the South region, the Midwest. I apologize.
I'll rise again.
It's the Midwest. Just like I'm looking at it because I see Kansas, I see Clemson, I see Auburn, I see TCU, I see Michigan State. I could see a possible Syracuse if they win their first 4 match.
Syracuse would play TCU.
And then let's not forget about Oklahoma up in here, who Trae Young, if he gets hot, they can be one of the hottest teams in the tournament, even though they are a 10 seed. And then you have Duke. Duke is always a threat. No matter what, they're always a threat because they are the Blue Devils.
Well, there's always one mind that makes them a threat.
Exactly.
It's Krzyzewski. Gee, and it's ridiculous. I'm looking at this. I'm not. By the way, Tony, I don't think Oklahoma's that good, honestly.
No, I mean, but I'm saying if Trae Young and that team gets hot, they could be very dangerous in this tournament. I saw what he was doing earlier in the season, and it was insanity.
It was earlier in the season.
Yeah, but saying they've calmed down, but say if they do get hot. Say if they do.
Probably not going to happen. I mean, if they did, it would be.
I realize it's probably not going to happen. It probably won't happen. But I'm saying they're still a dangerous team in a weird spot.
Indeed. And so I have a question for you, gentlemen. Is it time for a 16 seed to be the number 1 seed? Will it happen this year, or we're gonna wait for another year? It's never been done. But out of all the 1 versus 6 teams, do you see a chance of it happening in any of them?
Only if there's an injury.
Yeah, and I don't see an injury anywhere on any of these teams. But so I actually don't see it this year. All the number 1 seeds have been pretty consistent all year.
There's been remember St. Mary's about 5-10 years ago?
Yeah.
They were gonna lose it at one point.
Yeah,
I
they
can
were.
see that happening, but this year, no.
No, it's not so much the number 1 seeds I'm worried about. It's anywhere from 4, 5, and 6. They're all in danger spots because those are where those mid-major conferences get seeded, like 13, 14, and 12. All those spots right there are just dangerous because those teams.
I see two number 3 seeds having a problem.
Michigan? Are you talking about Michigan? Are you talking about?
He's talking about Texas Tech. He's talking about Texas Tech for sure. I see one for sure. They're playing Stephen F. Austin, and Stephen F. Austin has always been a problem in the tournament.
Michigan State is Jacqueline Hyde a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because of that reason and investigation problems.
I could see Bucknell pulling it out. I can see Bucknell.
Bucknell has proven being in the Patriot League doesn't matter. They're a pretty good team in the tournament.
Patriot League is actually doing a lot better than what people think. It's just it's a situation of how the Big 12 is with football sometimes. They're all so good and so on an even level, but because of their record, it makes it seem weaker.
Yeah, sure.
I'm curious. Who came out of the Sun Belt?
Sun Belt.
Is it Texas Southern?
Is it Georgia State?
I'm not. I mean, the reason I care is because I used to be part of that. We used to be part of that conference.
Is Georgia State in that conference?
I want to say maybe.
I'm going to say I think they are.
But anyway, so how?
Checking.
Check.
Louisiana. I have to go full screen here. Hold on.
As we're discussing, I'm filling out my bracket. I'm filling out one of my brackets.
Georgia State, you are correct. Who beat UTA?
God dang it!
I don't know.
Wait, that was the final. That was the final.
That was the final, 74-61.
But also Georgia State got seeded at the 15 seed, and they're playing number 2 Cincinnati.
So to be honest, I think it's the second weakest out of the two.
Yeah, I know. So how are we going to do this, fellas?
That's the question I was going to ask.
Well, we gotta do this lightning fast. So
okay. In that case, let's start off with the first round matchups.
Where are we starting?
South region, Virginia, UMBC.
Virginia.
I'm gonna say Virginia. Simply they're just a dominant team.
Creighton, Kansas State. I got Kansas State.
I had Kansas State, but I have my doubts.
I'm
going to go Creighton on this one. To be honest.
I'm going to go Doug McDermott University.
That is which one?
Creighton. That's Creighton.
That is Creighton.
I chose K-State in my first bracket, but I've been having second thoughts.
This might be an upset alert, upset alert, Kentucky Davidson.
The mighty Kentucky versus Steph Curry University.
Well, let's do a quick comparison. Who's not at Davidson right now?
Steph Curry.
Who's the coach of Kentucky?
John Calipari, and he's already complaining about his seeding.
So
okay, but also here's a little statistic. Record against top 34 record against top 32 teams ranked. Kentucky 1-4. Davis 2-4.
Jeez.
And
it's not much of a difference, but still.
And the bracket, and when it comes to bracketology, it don't matter anymore. This is playoff.
Yes.
So who do you guys got?
I can see an upset, but not now. I gotta go Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I'm going to go Davidson.
So you're going with the bold upset? Okay. Arizona, the University of Arizona, I think, versus Buffalo, I believe.
This is where I could see an upset.
This is a weird matchup because of everything that's been going on behind the scenes.
I mean, I can see Arizona going on the second round, but I don't see them getting past the second round. But because of distractions, and Buffalo is actually a decent team. I mean, the biggest thing is mostly, they're a high-scoring team and their defensive efficiency, but they haven't faced off against a team like Arizona. That's the only thing. I don't see anybody who they really face off against, especially since their field goal percentage is not too much lower as long as their defense efficiency, as long as their defense efficiency can stay higher than Arizona. I can definitely see the upset on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go based on what you're saying right there. I'm gonna go ahead and play it safe with this one and go Arizona.
That's where I'm going on this one. Now,
wait. We didn't get James's. James, what do you got?
Arizona or Buffalo?
So Buffalo? He says Buffalo.
He says Buffalo. Okay, then. So next matchup, you have the Miami Hurricanes versus the Loyola Chicago Ramblers.
Oh, I know them. Yeah, I actually do know them. But I'm still gonna go the Hurricanes.
Yeah, no, I just don't see it. I can't go wrong. So, James, are you saying my?
But that defense, though.
Yeah, that defense, though. that defense. Though. I'm looking at the like the Miami.
Miami's if you compare it apples to apples, which this is apples to oranges to be honest.
Literally.
You're looking at a better defensive team and a better offensive team. Just doesn't score as many points.
But that's where the defensive efficiency comes in.
Which, by the way, if I look at the stats, they are number 1 in field goal.
Number 1 in field goal what?
Loyola Chicago is number 1 in the country, or in the 64 teams in field goal percentage.
Which makes them very efficient.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know how they're going to be against a team like exactly.
I don't see Miami as a big team. Kentucky is a big team. TCU, I would say, on the same level as Miami right now. And TCU, as much as we want to consider as a big team here in the DFW area, in the country, they're second tier. Miami used to be first tier. They're second tier. And so that's why I give it to Loyola.
Next matchup is the Tennessee Volunteers versus Wright State University.
Tennessee easily.
I don't even know who the hell Wright State is.
I would like to volunteer.
I see what you did there.
Nice. Very nice.
Now, after that is the Nevada Wolfpack versus the Texas Longhorns. First, okay.
Upset alert. I don't know if you call this an upset, but
this is not an upset. This is not an upset. I can't go. I'm wearing the Texas hat, but I cannot root for Texas in this matchup because I don't even know how they got into the tournament.
Hook'em horns.
Dude, it's this.
People are upset of two things for the Big 12. How low OU is ranked, how high Texas is ranked.
Like, how the hell did they get a 10 seed?
How did Oklahoma State not even get in?
That's the part that blows my mind. Oklahoma State should be in before Texas, but
Hook'em horns.
I gotta go Nevada.
Hook'em horns.
It's Hook'em horns.
You know, just for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be voting for Baron Corbin here.
Wow.
All right. And then the 2 seed Cincinnati versus Georgia.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to go against Cincinnati. There's nothing I can say. Georgia, like we're always the people. It's like, let's see if there's an upset. Really, there's almost no hope here.
There's nothing.
If you're looking for a 2 seed to fall, that is not happening. That one's not happening.
It's like the hope of let's say Undertaker versus John Cena.
That's happening.
Versus Roman Reigns versus
no, we don't need
a tag team matchup. That's how.
Oh wow.
That's how likely of a chance. Versus Michelle McCool versus.
Oh my god!
How unlikely can we make this?
Exactly.
Stop. Let's stop.
Do we want to just go ahead and just go all the way down on this one?
Let's finish the region. Let's do that real quick.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. I like that.
Okay. All right. So.
No. He means like finish it off until the Final Four.
So I have Virginia and Creighton, which I'm going to go with Virginia.
I will agree with you on that one.
I have Kentucky and Buffalo, which y'all have different. I'm going Kentucky.
I have Kentucky and Virginia in my Sweet 16.
I have Arizona and Davidson in the round of 32, and I'm going to go with Davidson. So, and then after that is Miami and Tennessee, which I think we all have.
Miami, yeah, we all have Miami, Tennessee.
I have Loyola in Tennessee.
Oh, I'm still going Tennessee.
I'm still going
same.
Tennessee.
I have Tennessee in the Elite Eight.
Nevada and Cincinnati.
I have Texas and Cincinnati. I have Texas pulling it.
The only reason why Cincinnati is the defensive prowess.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I have for the Sweet 16 would be Virginia versus Kentucky, in which
I have that.
Virginia for me.
I have Kentucky.
I have Virginia.
I have Kentucky in my Final Four.
Ooh.
So I got there's Cincy and Tennessee. I'm choosing Cincy.
I'm choosing Tennessee.
Jeffrey?
Cincy, Tennessee. I have Texas and Tennessee, and I have Tennessee.
And
now,
then,
here's the hard part for me. Virginia and Cincinnati.
I'm not so. I mean,
it's too defensive-minded. Extremely defensive-minded. If you look at efficiency, it's 1 versus 2 in defensive efficiency. Offensive, though, it goes to the Bearcats. That's a tough one.
I could switch it over. I might have Cincy still faced. Oh, that is a tough one.
I'm going Virginia in the Final Four, if that helps anybody.
I have Kentucky.
You know what? I'm going to do something weird here. It's going to be Cincy for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's the only team I can see because my first bracket, I have them as natural champions.
Oh.
So it's like I need to do something different here because this doesn't make sense to me. It's like something it just has that weird feeling of, just like Villanova. It's like, Virginia, we're expecting them to make it, right? Well, expecting is the key phrase.
Anyone have the odd who are the favorites to win it all? Like who are the teams that we look at and we're like they're winning it?
Well, we have Virginia because they've been the best team all year consistently. Xavier has been the best team in whatever conference they're in. I would say look at
who's been the best in the Big 12 besides Kansas?
Texas Tech.
That's a surprise.
Yeah,
there's a chance of an upset alert.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and start with the.
You want to do West?
Let's do the West because that's the next one on my list.
Xavier versus play-in. Well, that's a little.
Which is North Carolina Central and Texas Southern.
Well, that's a choice.
Which we don't actually have to choose that game. So let's go Xavier, everybody. Xavier, woo!
Easily.
Now here's an interesting matchup, and I like it.
Mizzou and Florida State.
The SEC versus the ACC.
I'm going Florida State.
I have to go Seminoles on this one.
I'm in agreement. Even though that's technically an upset, it's not really an upset to me.
That doesn't scream upset.
I have to. Okay, this one I have to look at statistics.
Mhm.
It's the Ohio State Buckeyes versus the South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, shut
Okay,
up!
so Ohio State Buckeyes.
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
Ohio State
Holy
Buckeyes.
crap!
The
Offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency, South Dakota ranks higher than Ohio State.
Who's being under investigation right now, Jeffrey?
do I have to say his name?
No. The college. I believe you had a specific title to them.
Yeah.
The Ohio State Buckeyes?
Now you say it.
There it is. You know what? There's my upset. I'm going to choose the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Jackrabbits.
They have a 37 RPI.
Also, the
RPI doesn't mean a thing.
I know it doesn't.
The only thing is they're
points per game, offensive efficiency, free. God,
That's where you're supposed to look. Offensive and defensive efficiency, because that shows how good on each side of the ball they are.
But I feel like the defensive part of Ohio State's going to be the one that's going to be taken over.
I just don't like every time I've seen them. Every time I've seen them this year, they haven't been that great on the defensive side of the ball.
Because I think, to be honest, I think this is going to be game of the bracket.
Tournament. Yeah.
game of the tournament or the game of the first week.
Game of the first round.
But usually the first round matches are always the best matchups. Like no doubt about it.
Well, it's expectations versus reality.
Exactly.
I have Ohio State winning that one.
I have Ohio State winning that one.
I don't. I have South Dakota State.
No,
Okay.
Gonzaga versus
UNCG. What the heck is that?
University of North Carolina.
What is
Greenville?
Maybe.
I didn't know they had a school.
Well,
Greensboro.
Gonzaga.
Greensboro, of course, it's Greensboro, the home of WCW.
Stop.
So obviously Gonzaga, if we can't remember the team.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Next one is U of H, University of Houston versus San Diego State University, the home of LaDainian. Wait, Marshall Falk. My bad.
I was say Marshall Falk.
Sorry, two Hall of Fame running backs getting them mixed up.
So, does this say? Would you say an upset if it's San Diego State? Because I still have Houston.
I don't see an upset.
I don't feel an upset in this one.
Even though I feel like San Diego State is a better defensive team, same time Houston's been playing pretty consistent basketball all year. All right, it's Michigan versus Montana, guys.
Not Michigan. Not even close.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Texas A&M and Providence.
Do you think the Friars will have a chance?
You talking about Providence?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Upset
Look,
alert.
I feel like anytime I see the big
they've had plenty of opportunities against top 32 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a team that's going to do a good upset, I think the Friars would be the ones.
Yeah, it's true.
Because most of these upset alert people only have like one or two games under their belt against top 32. That makes you go, cool, but this one actually makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. But this is
that defensive efficiency tells me otherwise. To be honest, not only that, the rebounds, man.
Anytime I saw Providence, like anytime I was flipping the channels and my TV ended up on like Fox Sports 1 and Providence was playing, it was always them losing. So,
but they were on the channel because they were against a top 32 team.
Well, yeah, and also Fox has a deal with the Big East Conference. So, that's a different story. That's different. I'm going A&M on this one.
A&M.
I have Providence.
Good luck with that. And next one, North Carolina versus Lipscomb University. I cannot go against North Carolina.
I can't go against Tar Heels, but to be honest, this is the weakest of the number 2 seeds.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Ditto.
All right, let's start finishing out the bracket. I have Xavier versus Florida State. That's Xavier for me.
I have Xavier all the way to the Elite Eight.
Okay. Well, let's slow down. Let's just go round by round, Jeff.
I have Xavier.
I have
Over
on the
Florida
next
State.
one. On the next one, I have South Dakota State and Gonzaga, and I'm going to go with the Zags.
I have Ohio State.
I have Ohio State and Gonzaga. Which Gonzaga going?
I had Ohio State. I have Ohio State high. I'm pretty much predicting them to go to Sweet 16.
I have on the next one Houston and Michigan, and I will actually go with Houston.
Same here, actually.
Michigan.
I just don't see. Look, okay. Let me. Michigan has been weirdly off and on all year. They haven't really been consistent, and their game doesn't prove to be tournament like ready.
Their name, pretty much.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay. You convinced me to change. I'm going to Houston.
And the next one is A&M in North Carolina. I have to go with North Carolina again because
North Carolina.
Jesus, they are clutch. Jesus, they are clutch.
I think they're just a better balance of offense defense. They're really good on the offense, but I think they're lacking in defense is still covered.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty amount of offense that
Offense.
Like, and I feel like on the offensive end of the ball, they are pretty freaking good. Like 90 points a game at some points. All right,
Xavier
Elite. Xavier and Gonzaga here too.
So,
oh boy,
Xavier. I had.
oh boy,
Wait.
that's a matchup. You know what?
I'm going to Xavier. I said they made it to the Elite Eight.
I'm going with the Zags.
I'm going Xavier because as much as I want to look at the stats and everything, I always think that Xavier's been clutch to go to an Elite Eight, not to the Final Four all the time.
Exactly why I have them stopping at the Elite Eight.
I just like the Zags. They're competitive every single year. Every single year, no matter what's going on.
To be honest, I'm going Tar Heels in the second one, Houston versus Tar Heels.
Yeah, I got to.
Tar Heels. I have Tar Heels coming out of that region in the Final Four.
I have Xavier going to the Final Four, unfortunately. As much as I dogged on him earlier, I think just it's a matchup difference because it's not Roy Williams anymore. So
yeah, that's true. Is it? Wait, is he not there?
He hasn't been, if I recall. He's replaced by someone else. Oh, wait a minute. Scratch that. Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of
You thinking that guy from Louisville?
Well, I think of Dean. Let's see, hold on.
Oh no, you're thinking of Patino.
No, hold on.
No, no, you're thinking of UConn.
I'm checking.
UConn was like, what's his face?
It's a Roy Williams. And who am I thinking of?
I think you're thinking of UConn.
Yeah, probably.
Because I know that UConn coach just got fired recently. So.
No, it's jeez. I'll remember soon, and I'll say it out loud. Gentlemen, start talking your picks while I grab some more grub.
About some more grub. Okay. The East region now.
Oh no, I still gotta figure out this West one, man.
By the way, speaking of grub, if you put in the promotional code, I'm kidding.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, stop it.
You know what? I think on this one, I got. I'm gonna go with Gonzaga.
You have Gonzaga, okay, over at Xavier,
over North Carolina.
So you have Gonzaga in your Final Four.
Yes, I do.
Go Tar Heels.
Dude, I'm just like, my whole issue is the Tar Heels on the defensive side of the ball. And
that's defense is a good offense.
I'm just like, will it like last?
Will it? That's what we'll have to see.
I don't
Find
know.
out in this next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
All right, East Region people, another playing game
Versus Nova.
versus
Dude,
I'm sorry. I like Nova way too much.
And to the Izzo. V to the Izzo.
Yay. Okay, next one. Virginia Tech and Alabama.
I have Alabama.
You don't think Alabama's a good squad until you see that damn point guard they got going on the court right now. Holy shit, he's good.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in Virginia Tech.
I questioned, I don't believe in Virginia Tech, and I just, I questioned their seating. I just wonder why they were so low. It's just, do the people just know that the fact that they only have the point guard?
Mm-hmm. I think that's what it is. And yeah, at the same time, it's just they didn't play consistent basketball all year, in my opinion. The only person who really played consistently was the point guard because he was able to get his shots in. And he was trying to feed his teammates, but they weren't putting the ball in the hole. They weren't that great on the defensive side of the ball. But Virginia Tech, I can't.
It's funny how much we actually know a decent amount of college basketball.
I mean, thanks for ESPN,
Giving us the highlights.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. If I didn't have the highlights throughout the season, I'd be screwed. The next matchup is next matchup is a 5 versus a 12. The West Virginia Mountaineers versus the Murray State Racers. What kind of mascot is a racer?
I believe it's kind of cat.
Oh, really?
I have West Virginia in this one because Murray. I'm like, who?
Oh, I know who Murray State is because they're in the tournament like pretty much every year. But West Virginia this year, they've stayed weirdly consistent. Consistent. Like they didn't the games they lost, they didn't lose by much. If that makes any sense.
By the way, to answer your question, a racer, an animal or means of transportation, bred or designed, especially for racing.
Oh, so it's like a racehorse.
Yeah, except in, there's many things they could use.
Okay, makes sense. I like it. Okay, now, James, who'd you have?
For this one, man, this one was a tough one because hold on, let me check. Did I have a 5 versus a 5 upset 12? Well, I have too many upsets as is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mostly in the South. Wow, I got a lot of South upsets.
Yeah, that's what I felt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go West Virginia on that.
Got to.
It's like I'm pulling so hard for Murray, and I realize
it's just not happening.
Yeah, it's a Big 12. What do you expect?
Yeah.
All right.
The next matchup.
Also why I'm biased.
Yeah, that's why I felt the same thing a little bit. But the next one, the Wichita State Shockers versus the Marshall Thundering Herd. We are Marshall. I'm just kidding.
I want to hear what you have to say on this one.
Didn't really watch much of Marshall this year. Honestly, I don't know that much about the team. I know they're a Conference USA team, but that's about it.
Well, that's enough to say. I guess we're going Wichita State.
I'm going Marshall just for the upset. I don't have that many upsets up there.
The next one is the number 6 Florida Gators versus the playing game of UCLA and St. Bonaventure.
The UCLA win would be very compelling, but I still say Florida.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, enticing, right?
I have seen a team from that 11 or 12 spot whenever they choose to use as a play-in game go all the way. I've seen one of those teams go all the way to the Final Four. I'm like, holy moly!
It screams. I could see it.
It screams UCLA.
Yes,
but I'm going to go Florida.
Florida. Agreed.
James, what do you got?
I got a funny drop I'm going to put some later today since I just thought about it.
Oh boy! All right,
don't worry about it. I'll put it in later.
All right, here is the matchup I think we're all really paying attention to because this might be the best matchup in the first round. And this is definitely my upset special of the whole damn tourney.
No way.
Hell yes. Stephen
No
F. Austin
way.
is going to kick the hell out of Texas Tech.
Get your biased Longhorns.
This is not bias. This is not bias. These are two Texas teams. Hello? I can't be biased here.
Yeah, you're a Longhorn.
And excuse me if I'm screaming into the microphone.
No, I didn't hear you. You gotta say, excuse me.
Excuse me.
I cannot see Stephen F. Austin.
Stephen F.
This
Austin.
big of an upset.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I can't say it.
Dude, it's happening at the American Airlines Center. There's a big chance.
Wait, this game is happening in Dallas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to call into work and say I can't come in just to go to this game.
I want to double check that because I remember hearing that on the radio.
But
I'm
thinking Stephen F. Austin for sure on this game.
No, I have Texas Tech. I can't go Stephen F. Austin because I have Texas Tech in the Elite Eight. So just no.
Well, James, who do you have on this one?
It is American Airlines Center.
It is? It is. Holy crap. I'm going there wearing purple for sure.
Well,
are you really about to skip off work just to see this game?
Well, here's the thing. I have to do some statistical work.
You realize how much?
And so in order to figure that out.
Oh, Jesus.
Stop. Stop. Oh, my goodness. Why?
Jesus Christ, not this video.
Are you all right? Let's move. Come on. Focus. Focus, Tony.
I'm focused, man.
I'm focused.
I never got James's pick for this. Texas Tech or Stephen F. Austin, man.
Sorry. On my other bracket, I have Stephen F. Austin, but this one, no, I come to my senses. It's Tech.
The other one I have Tech, so this one I'm going Stephen F. Austin.
I'm going Tech. Go Tech, unfortunately.
The next game is the Arkansas Razorbacks versus the Butler Bulldogs.
Butler. That's my upset.
Yeah. It's not really an upset.
It's not that big of an upset, but I like Butler.
We're just improperly seated.
Yeah, they're like a lot of these teams are always improperly seated, and it's just weird to me.
It's because they're a mid major, and they don't give respect to the mid majors.
And it doesn't make sense because we've seen Butler year after year after year after year get to where they need to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And actually, really, they're not a mid-major anymore because they're in the Big East Conference.
They treat them like a mid-major, though.
Yeah, it's just treating them crummy. That's what it is.
I mean, if anything, you got to give them more props for going to the Big East and doing what they did.
Yeah, exactly.
Amen.
Purdue versus Cal State University Fullerton.
Purdue.
Why did the number 2 seeds feel so weak this year?
Because this, I'll be honest with you. This year, if you've paid attention at least a slight bit, you know it's been like a damn upset or two, like every single week. Every single week.
It's usually the number 2s that fall very quickly.
It's usually anybody who's in the top 10 was falling out of the top 10 in a heartbeat. The only team that really stayed consistently up there was Virginia. All year long. All right, now let's go to the round of 32.
Calm down. I have Villanova. Whoever comes at Villanova winning against Alabama.
Right. I have Nova over Alabama as well.
Easily.
James, I can't hear you.
He's silent.
You know what's funny is I was like, no, Nova over Alabama. Can you hear me? And all of a sudden I hear you go, James, I can't hear you. Perfect timing, guys.
Yes. Wow. Well, it works. I have West Virginia and Wichita.
I have West Virginia winning.
Wichita.
I have Wichita.
By barely. This is probably going to be a game for round 2. But they're not going to get much notoriety because of their names.
Next one, I have Florida and Stephen F. Austin.
I have Florida, Texas Tech.
Florida Tech and Florida going for me.
I have Stephen F. Austin in the next round.
I have Tech.
I have Stephen F. Austin.
Wrong.
The next one is Butler and Purdue.
I have. Ooh.
I'm going Purdue, just to be safe.
Just play safe.
To be honest, they're other than Duke's in predictability, Purdue's the strongest second pick.
Yeah, out of all of those teams, because Purdue has been pretty well all year. But it's just like, if it's not Virginia, you don't know really what you're getting. All right, we have Nova and Wichita. Well, for me, it is.
Yeah, same here.
Nova.
I'm in agreement. Nova.
Nova.
So V to the is A.
All right, I have Stephen F. Austin at Purdue.
So I have Tech and Purdue. Sorry.
All right, you know what? This is where like their little bit of luck runs out. I'm going to go Purdue in the Elite Eight.
I got Purdue.
I have Tech.
You are out of your damn mind.
Technically enough they can get out of the paper bag. I mean, who's their coach anymore?
I don't even know.
Is it still Tubby?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
You think I'm not? Are you insane?
Who the hell is their coach? Like, seriously.
Texas Tech men's basketball head coach.
I'm sorry, but I
Chris
there's something
Beard.
I see in Tech. I see.
You said Chris Beard?
Chris Beard.
Where did he last coach?
Hold on.
Sorry. Yes, sir.
Like you are all dogging on Tech. I'm like,
Little Rock.
Oh, I think I know the name then.
Then before that, Angelo State. That's where I recognize his name.
There it is.
Murray, South Carolina, Texas Tech, and then associate head coach. Seminole State Junior College, Fort Scott Community College, North Texas as an assistant, 97 to 99. Abilene Christian, Incarnate Word, and Texas. All those assistants at the end.
Okay. All right. So, like, Elite Eight. He does. I'll give him credit.
Elite Eight. I got Villanova in the Final Four.
By the way, he is a Longhorn alum.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so where am I at? Nova versus Purdue.
Nova versus Purdue.
Nova Tech.
And to the
I gotta go Nova as well.
Nova's getting out of it.
I'm glad you recognize my reference.
Oh, dude, I know a Jay-Z reference when
now we get now that's
now we're on the damn it.
The bracket of doom, of death.
The bracket of doom.
All right, let's start with the easiest. Let's go with the Big 12 champion Kansas Jayhawks versus the Ivy League champ Penn.
Oh, those Ivy League schools are tough to get out.
Let's never count those guys out.
They come out of nowhere.
And you know what? This would be the one time
that's what I was saying.
Would beat number one seed.
That I mean, if it's going to happen, this is their matchup. Because here's the thing. Penn is so good in enemy field goal percentage. They're like one of the best in holding their offenses to low percentages from downtown. But Kansas gets their points from downtown.
I'd like to review that. There's only one game that they played against a top 32 team.
Yeah, I see that. Both of them.
And then, no, Jayhawks is 8-1.
Jayhawks came out of the toughest conference in college basketball.
This is no contest for me. It's just wrong place, right time.
Yeah. You know what? There was no way that Penn is going to beat Kansas.
The only way Penn would move on to the next round if they were the number 14 seed, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Seed.
I have Kansas, but how shocked would you be if Kansas loses this one?
Pretty well. I think this would be a very big upset.
Would it be the biggest upset in college basketball history?
Because to be honest,
Uh,
yes, you want to say that Virginia is the best because of record, but if you want to say most talented team, I would say Kansas.
yeah, but they're so damn inconsistent.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Exactly.
I didn't say best
Talented.
basis.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely a talented team.
Talented, yes.
Most spread out talented wise, because we mentioned before, like, you know, in other teams there is good like point guards who, to be honest, rise the stock of everybody else. But on average, including depth, I think Kansas has is best talented.
I'm in agreement.
Yeah. All right. And Seton versus North Carolina State.
Seton Hall University versus the North Carolina State Wolfpack.
So once again, I'm gonna throw a deep six on this and go with the Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack.
I'm gonna go Seton Hall on this one. I like the Big East. I'm sorry, I like the Big East. I feel like they're underrated.
It just, I always feel like Seton Hall's riding on their name at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way, but at the same time, it's just more of a comfort level, you know?
Uh-huh.
The next one is the Clemson Tigers versus the New Mexico State Aggies.
Clemson.
I mean, what's funny is I pull up the stats and it just shows everything in New Mexico, but you got to realize where New Mexico State comes from versus where Clemson had to face off against everybody.
And they were facing teams like North Carolina, Duke, Virginia. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
You got to throw them a freaking bone, and that's the reason why Clemson is ranked higher than New Mexico State.
And now we have the Auburn Tigers versus the Charleston Cougars.
Charleston Chews? What?
Charleston Cougs.
Chews?
Cougs.
That Chews? Charleston Chews?
Charleston Chews. I'm going to go with another Tiger.
Oh, yeah. Go with the Tiger.
We're going to have the Eye of the Tiger in the next round, but
Eye of the Tiger is the
this makes me a little too biased.
I'm so biased on this next matchup.
But okay. Can I be honest real quick? Out of all of those play-in matchups, this one's the most exciting to me.
It's Syracuse. It's a Syracuse versus
Arizona State.
Oh.
This is why I'm still choosing TCU.
That sounds good.
I'm still choosing TCU.
I'm choosing
the Horned Frogs.
But you know that play-in matchup.
That's a tough matchup.
That's scary because not only is it tough to choose who's going to win that play-in,
yeah,
can they beat TCU? And there's a high possibility out of all those play-ins that this is the most possible.
Exactly. Even over UCLA and St. Bonaventure, this is a better chance for the teams to win because Arizona State at one point this year was the number one ranked team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So
they have talent, but they have to be on fire in order to beat TCU.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I don't think they're on fire.
They're not in fuego.
If Syracuse makes it, they may be a little inconsistent, but I think they're much more talented.
Can I be honest?
More seasoned in terms.
I'm going to say one thing about Syracuse that y'all are probably going to hate. I hate the fact that they play that 2-3 zone throughout the whole damn thing. I hate it.
Really?
I hate it so much. I hate it so much because that does not get your players ready for the pros at all.
You want to get ready for the pros, you got to play man-to-man.
Freaking honest here. If you're not leaving your first year, don't even think about the pros.
Amen.
If you're not getting out your first year, don't think about the pros.
Yeah, that's true.
The bug
It's getting to that point. Yes.
Stops here. So my belief is not about recruiting the best players, but having the best strategy to win the championship and making those players work.
Yeah.
So to say, oh, you know, Get these players ready for NCAA for NBA. This is not NFL where a lot of people's going to have a chance because of multiple positions and such. They've dumbed down to the point where there's not even a center anymore. So
okay, but the center position is starting to come back into the NBA. Just watch a few games and you'll see like there actually are centers like starting to be developed in the NBA.
They need, in order for that to happen, I need to see more power to athleticism. If you give me an athletic center, that's just another forward.
Yeah.
Because the crybaby who used to be in Orlando, sorry.
He's not in. Believe me when I say this, I like Joel Embiid. I think he is a pretty damn good post player.
Yes. But the thing is, this league is all focused on shooting. That's the reason why, if anything, I believe that 2-3 zone is best for setting up your players for NBA then, because the NBA has eventually got to shift their style, right? I think 2-3 zone is going to be the new style.
We'll see.
Think about it.
You're playing
it's a shooting.
You're going to be tired.
A shooting league. So in order to keep that energy, so you can find new ways to just force bad shooters to shoot 2-3 zone.
Mm-hmm.
And that will also cause the revolution of the center again.
And also with the 2-3 zone, you're saving your energy on your players. Because you play man-to-man and they go fast-paced, you're going to be tired as all hell.
Oh, I have something to talk to you guys about after the podcast. But let's go on to the next matchup.
Well, first, who is the head coach of Syracuse again? I can't remember his name.
Jim Boeheim.
Yeah, Jim Boeheim. Yeah.
Boeheim right now?
I think he's still the head coach. Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend.
Boeheim, he's pretty much the Kanye of NCAA right now. He's ahead of his time.
Yeah, literally.
Next matchup
is the Michigan State Spartans versus the champions of the Patriot League, the Bucknell Bison.
Well,
say what you will about Michigan State. They always show up to play come tournament time.
It
doesn't matter how inconsistent they are.
I don't have to say anything about Michigan State. The police report will tell me that.
Okay, here's my issue. Every time I choose Michigan State in a tournament, they fail. They fail. They can't seem to get out the damn first round.
I think this were to get out of the first round, but I think they're going to get mud stomped in the second round.
You know what? I'm in agreement. I'm going to say Michigan State, but oh god, that second round is going to be a hellhole for them.
That second round, I see a 15 to 20 point victory.
Yeah.
You really think TC's going to beat up on Michigan State that much?
Absolutely.
It's not to say that it's because they're more talented, but I think there's going to be multiple distractions. Oh my gosh, we actually got out of the first round. Oh my gosh, we have this investigation. And eventually you just become weary against to be honest, a boringly consistent team.
Yeah.
Because boringly consistent, you know what they are? They're consistent. And Michigan State has not entirely been that way, especially after, distractions. Hell. Any team from Michigan, no state.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if there's a distraction, they're SOL. They barely see first or second round in any sport.
That's a good point. Next matchup is the Rhode Island Rams versus the Oklahoma Sooners.
Bye-bye, Sooners. You shouldn't even be in this tournament.
No, I'm going to go Oklahoma.
I'm going 0-U.
No.
Yeah, I have to because I like that freshman point guard that they have on the team. I'm sorry.
I think that's the difference maker. That will break the defense of the Rams.
Like, he literally stretches the floor, because he shoots shots from 30, 35 feet. I'm like, and he's making them. This kid is good. He's definitely NBA. The NBA scouts are going to be at the game for sure.
I think with his kind of talent, he's going to get him past the first two rounds.
Is he a top 5 pick?
The problem is, in the second round, there's a team that I see that's going to
Whoop that ass.
5.
I'm sorry.
Points.
I'm sorry. We're talking Coach K.
Yeah, 5 to 7 points. Coach K will have a slight difficulty probably in the first half. Is probably going to have a 1-point lead, and it leads to 5 to 7 point victory.
So, is everybody in agreement on the next matchup?
Yeah, and let's descend down. Duke versus Oklahoma.
Duke versus Iona. Everybody says Duke.
Iona.
Yeah, and Duke versus Oklahoma.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. I'm trolling.
Yeah.
I'm trolling you, fool.
Oh, Lord. Ooh.
Let me play this video again.
So Duke is gonna whoop up on Oklahoma's butt, right?
I gotta say that.
Michigan State, TCU. You all say TCU's gonna beat that ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna disagree with all you, and I'm gonna say Michigan State wins.
I got lost for a second. We're
going a little backwards.
Yeah, we're going backwards.
We're talking
all right,
Duke.
we have the Tigers versus the Tigers.
So which Tiger? Auburn or Clemson?
I'm going TCU. So
I said Duke.
I said Michigan State.
Which, to be honest, I can see that happening.
Yeah, good.
I just think the likeliness, nah. Clemson and Auburn. Which Tiger's gonna make it?
Clemson.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
My heart says Auburn, but my mind knows it's Clemson.
And the next matchup is Kansas and Seton Hall.
Or North Carolina State in my case, which
Kansas.
I'm gonna go Kansas.
Then I got Kansas once again.
Okay.
Kansas beats Clemson. Duke beats TCU.
Yep.
Michigan State beats Duke.
I have Duke in the Final Four.
I have Michigan State in the Final Four.
I have Kansas in the Final Four, which leaves me with only one non-number 1 seed, which is number 2 seed, Cincy.
I have 2.
Actually,
I only have one number 1 seed.
Let me check one more time. No, I'm going Duke. All right, so I have 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s.
I have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 5.
I have 2 number 1s, a number 2, and a 4.
Don't tell me I'm gonna have Krzyzewski in the final.
I'm not. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Hold on.
As a long-time North Carolina Tar Heel fan, Duke, no.
Thinking logically, I can't go with Virginia against Gonzaga. I'm going with the Zags. And I'm going to go with Duke. Oh, boy.
I'm going Nova Xavier.
I'm going Villanova, North Carolina as my championship game.
Oh, God. My championship game is Gonzaga and Duke.
Gonzaga and my Villanova.
68-63 is my final. And I saved.
Yay. City.
Gonzaga.
All right, my bracket is done. I'm going to probably cry $1 million when I see how destroyed it is.
My bracket.
I have Villanova winning it all.
I'm going to say Gonzaga.
Villanova.
Gonzaga 71-70.
68-66 Villanova.
Oh, my God, guys.
Make sure you submit your brackets.
I filled in mine.
I submitted it. It's there.
You have to make sure you actually put them in the group.
Yeah, they're both in the group, so for sure.
They should be in the group.
Make sure mine's in the group.
Make sure mine is too.
Groups. Let's see.
Mine is James A. Belknap and live podcast picks.
Mine is Shadow Walker.
I see Shadow Walker. I see live podcast picks. I see James A. Belknap.
All right, and I see Birdman ALR and Birdman ALR 1. That's all of them. Jeffrey, you don't want to fill out one more?
I'll fill out one more later because I got to get ready.
There's really not going to be a later.
I'm about to say
we're gonna do after a week, maybe after the first 2 rounds, we'll do another one.
Jeffrey, this site locks in about 55 minutes.
50
I'm not gonna be able to do one in time.
You can just do one on the
like
road.
crazy. Just pick all favorites. Pick all. Favorites.
Just be that guy who just thinks of like just all fan favorites. But those are our brackets, peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Any words to end the show, guys?
Good luck to all of us. May your best bracket win.
You know what? Usually I tell you like, share, subscribe, but more like if you think our picks are good, dislike because you think our picks are bad. I don't give a rat's ass at this point because you know what? Just like our motto, if you're not first, you're just like everybody else here.
Like this video or dislike this video. Comment down below who you think is going to be the NCAA college basketball champion.
But seriously, we need you to subscribe.
No, please. Oh, we got another subscriber today, guys. Just to let y'all know.
Yeah.
Yay.
Wait a minute. We're at 24 now?
Yes, sir.
Yay.
Success.
Progress.
Indeed. Slow progress. Slow and ongoing.
I'm not talking about Progress Wrestling either.
Even though I love Progress Wrestling. This is Tony Lopez signing out.
But I have the button, so I sign out.